What's good, Mr. Costa? I want to start this off, brother, with a little toast here.
Hey,
First podcast here, first podcast.
cheers, baby.
Kept the co-
Cheers.
kept the coach experience. I don't think we got the name yet, but this podcast for the new listeners out there, life, dating, relationships, all the above, and then we just talking, we just bullshitting. But I got my best homie, Mr. Costa, in the building.
Let's ride, baby.
Me and my homie Audie, we met a couple years back, a few years ago at Uber. So, Mr. Costa, thanks for joining me on my first podcast, brother. I appreciate it.
Hey, baby. Let's ride, man. Full support, man. You're running something special here, bro. I'm happy to make some history.
Starting the coaching business. I've been talking about this for too long, bro.
Yeah.
Too long.
Yeah, it's been over 2 years, man.
I was like 2 or 3 years ago, like, I think I'm gonna start coaching, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been full support. You tell somebody who doesn't know you, it's like, huh? What's he doing? Coaching? But
I just obviously back then, like, I mean, 2 years, 3 years is a long time. I just didn't really know what I was like getting myself into. But me and you know, bro, like when we read, shout out Corey Wayne, like the first book, like it changed the game. Changed the game like completely for us.
He did. He did.
And if you want to tell the people how we met, I think it's like it's a funny story. Like just goes to show who you are.
Yeah, man. Fuck. Well, it started my move from the Northeast down to Chicago about 3 years ago, and 2.5 years ago. I was just kind of full steam ahead, meeting everybody, saying what's up to everybody in the office. My man Kevin over there, always just plotting, smiling, laughing. I'm like, I need that energy. At the time, I was with my ex-girlfriend, and it was a lot of getting used to. It was a lot of getting used to in Chicago, just like doing the long distance thing. That didn't last long, man. Maybe a month and a half.
It's tough.
Yeah, 2 months. It was, I don't know. I mean, it was fun. I mean, what happened after the relationship is really what drew my success and my fun in Chicago. But how we met particularly, I mean, man, like I always would bullshit with you. I remember at one point I asked you to go to a concert, like an RL Grime concert, on like a Wednesday night, and you were like, man, what? Like, I'm cool. Like, we didn't really know each other yet. And
I'm gonna drink first or something.
Yeah, let's go to drink. Right. And then me and my ex broke up, and like I was just in the dumps, man. Like I was not myself, man. Like it was a tough few. Like I mean, it felt it for a while, but immediate couple of weeks were pretty tough for me. And for me to just reach out to somebody, I knew that you were always like having fun, meeting new people, always with some different females in the office, and I'm like, I gotta capture that same fucking energy. And man, well, I hit you up, man. It was like what, right in the little kitchenette at Uber, cooking like a bagel or something.
Yeah.
And I just pulled up on you like, yo, man, me and my girl. I laughed because I'm pretty sure me and my girl like has come out of like 5 or 6 different dudes in the office. Like, yo, kid, me and my girl. Like those actual words. And sure enough, dude, you just asked me what was going on. You weren't giving me unsolicited advice, like unless I asked for it. You were spot on, bro. And you made some recommendations on books to read and things to look out for. And I'm sure we'll be hitting more about it on the course of the show.
Yeah,
that was funny. That was the funny part.
I think it's funny though. Like you didn't really need much help, to be honest. Like you were kind of just like, what's good, man? I was like going to visit a girl or something. I was like on the high, like I was on the up. I was like,
on the up, bro.
I was like, I get this now. Like I get what I've been doing wrong all along, like with all my shit. And it was easy for you. I mean, you're the most energetic dude in the office, like always able to, like maneuver and chat with people. And that was actually kind of what I want to talk to you about too. Like getting a chance to talk to you on this podcast, like ask you about your energy. Like, how do you, like for people listening, like they struggle with like just having an energy, like at work or just like bringing it every day.
Sure.
Females, like how do they change? How do they get out of that rut, man? Where they're just Sleepy Johnson, like they can't. Like, just,
man.
I guess we could go out. Or
Right. Man, everybody goes through ruts, man. Right, but like, I think it's definitely a little bit innate in that, like, that's just the way I was born. I mean, I come from a Dominican background, Dominican culture, where it's just like high energy all the time. Dancing, eating, and laughing is just something like that was always just my product of my
It's in your
environment.
blood.
Yeah, it's in my blood, man. And I don't know. I think a lot had to do also with just coming into Chicago, coming to a new place. I think, like, if things aren't working out for you, like, you got to, like, change it up, right? Like, for me, it was like, if things are continuously not working out, it's almost like baseball. I'll always bring up baseball. Like, you know, if you're not getting any hits, dude, you're going to choke up on the bat. You're going to move up in the box, back in the box. You got to change something up.
Right,
And
you gotta
for
do
me, I was
something.
like, if I continue, I knew that I had this, like, my whole life, I've always been laughing and had that energy. And for those 2 or 3 weeks, it just, I had to nip it in the bud. I'm like, fuck, I'll reach out to Kev. I'll reach out to somebody who's doing it right. Right. But I mean, after you, it was, I reached out to my buddy Julian, and we started boxing together, and, like, boxing for 3 or 4 months. Like, now I'm getting in shape, you know, now I'm, like, feeling good. So things should start changing. And if you can, like, be comfortable with noticing that change and going out there and just trying to have the most fun, I think that's, like, the biggest piece of advice. Yeah, I always had that in me, but you, like, always kind of, like, highlighted, like, just keep fucking having fun. Don't worry about it. I'm like, what do I do about this? Just keep fucking having fun. Like, dude, that's, like, the best advice you can possibly give, bro. And that's just what's happened today. That's why I'm here today doing this.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say, like, with you, like, we're kind of, our thing at the time was, like, we're trying to get, like, multiple girls at the time. That was for sure. We already knew how to get. That was the MO. That was, like, me, you, and, like, everyone was like, how do we, like, get, like, multiple girls to talk to? Because, like, I mean, it sounds like a douchebag thing to talk
Sure.
about, like, we're trying to get multiple chicks, but, like, it's empowering, like, to have the confidence to, like, stay centered, talk to multiple girls, and, like, have them dating. Because, like, most dudes we know, like, they get bodied by one after a few weeks because they're sold on it. You know, they're sold on that one girl. And, like, we're out here telling people, we even have people tell us that we're messed up for saying that. like I've had people be like, Kevin, that's so bad. Like, you shouldn't.
I hear that from a lot of females. But there are some dudes out there, yeah, who just kind of don't get it, or they feel like, you know, they only have one, or that one girl broke up with them a year ago, and they're like, man, like, you know, they're just in a
that was me. I mean, we were there. I mean,
Most
we
of
both
us.
been. Everyone was there. It's
All
just like, you gotta wake up at some point, you know, and be like, I'm doing something wrong, you know, like
Dude.
I can't keep putting all my cards, you know, like. But we gotta say too that it's mostly figuring yourself out first. Like, you know, it wasn't like,
bro. You could think about
yeah,
everything. Text
figuring this out.
messages, fucking, you shoot a text to somebody, and it's like, all of a sudden, if you're just texting one girl, that's it. As opposed to, like, that, another piece of advice, like, when you're texting girls, instead of just texting one, it's like, now I don't really care. Like, even if she's on my top or the bottom or the one you always want to be with, it's like you treat them all the same. And all of a sudden, it's like, all right, she didn't respond after a few hours. Like, call it a day. She'll hit you up next week, or she'll hit you up tomorrow, or, you know, some shit on social media. Like, it'll come up again. But when you're keeping yourself busy with other females, or working on yourself, or focus on your job, it makes so much shit. It all just, like, comes crashing into place. For sure.
I agree.
For sure.
I agree, bro.
And also, like, it helps having you, like, it helped having you and Jay, which I can't wait for Jay to come on this show, because he's gonna be a new level.
Jay's gonna be the hardest guest to keep him going. He's gonna be like checking his work, like, oh nah, man. I mean,
yeah, you need a fucking full hour of undivided attention with Jay. But
funny thing is, he's a really good listener. He just like, he's doing multiple things at once. He's like one of the best multitaskers, like, I've ever met. He can, like, truly listen to what you said, like, but he'll be just, like, staring at his computer, you know, like when he sits like this, like, way back.
Feet up on the desk.
For real, man. I don't know.
Oh shit. Yeah, man. No, he dude, I can't wait. But I guess back to what I was saying, like having you two there on the both in sales, right, at Uber, just as a competitive kind of, like, force, being like, all right, I gotta get my deals up, or I gotta reach out to more people. Like, having the competitive push at work was obviously super helpful, but it was like after hours of work, it was like, yo, like, Jay's ass, like, man, yeah, I can't drop names on the show, but he's like, bam, bam, bam. I'm dealing with all these people. And I'm like, damn, Jay. Like, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, 2 weeks go by and you're just sitting here like, I don't know how we do it. How are you juggling?
I
Oh, shit.
he turned that quickly. Like I feel like that was only a short time period of Jay.
The full jug.
Like
He
multiple
had like
girls.
jug for a while. I think it was jugging for like 4 or 5. And then he was like, yo, I gotta chill. Like he couldn't handle it. He was like, I'm out. You know, he kept down to like 2, 3.
He low key did not know like what he wanted to do. He's like, I don't know if I can handle all this. He's like,
Yeah, he was overwhelmed by it, bro. It was so much. There was so many female, and he's like, bro, like, oh man.
I think it's funny. I think you do bring a good point, like the having each other to kind of like bounce that off of. Like, I think that made a difference, even though I didn't really think about that. Like, because Jay, just from what Jay sounds like, he's like, I wouldn't normally do this, but like we were doing it, and we were like all kind of like talking about what we were saying to girls and like who we were talking to.
And he just kind of slid right, like he'd just be like, you know, you're like,
He's obviously got it, right?
He's got the juice, man. He's got the juice. So yeah, dude, I think that competitive advantage, and then you add Allen to the mix. Man, you got to get Allen on this show. He'll be a fucking riot for you. But Allen too, man, dude, living in your 20s in the heart of Chicago, working at Uber. I mean, all the rest of you just lined up, man. Like we just had a good fucking time. I miss
those days, man.
Cheers, bro.
Those days, bro. I can't believe like that's over. It happened so fast, you know. Like it like it's gone. You know, it's like.
Well, we got no, totally, dude. We have some new memories to make, right? But that part.
Oh, we're on. Obviously, we're all on our shit. We're on a good shit. But it is fun to like reminisce and be like, wow, like we were really like. I was sleeping on your couch some nights.
A lot of couch nights, dude. A lot of couch nights. Just hung boy.
Streeterville.
Yeah.
Streeterville, Chicago.
You're Artie, I'm next door. Pulling up like it's 2:30, but come through.
Dude, no lie, in a couple of days where I had to grab a shirt from the Walgreens.
I knew y'all, if you guys are listening right now, if Kevin pulled up at Uber at 8:30 in the morning with an I Love Chicago shirt or Chicago Windy City Forever with
the Cubs World Series.
The Cubs World Series 2016 half off at Walgreens, you know my man was getting it last night.
Shout out to my managers at the time for keeping it
low key. Yeah, you just knew. And sometimes it was like, Kev, is that a new shirt? Because remember, you could pick up people's wardrobe pretty quick. Anytime someone comes with anything new at Uber,
oh yeah,
it was most of the times it wasn't even a compliment. It was always like hey, Kevin, that's a black shirt, and you're just sitting there like, yeah, it is. It's like, thanks. I don't know.
You wore a black shirt yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, some of the shit talking at the table was like you could grow up. Like you had to grow up as a man. Like someone when Caroline's reaching across the table and talking shit, like
yeah, it tests you real quick.
It hits you deep. It hits you deep.
But yeah, bro, it is funny to just reminisce about all that shit. It's a little bit different than it was 2 years ago, but I would say that
very different. But I'm happy for it. I know that's what we wanted. We're like, hey, we can't keep doing this anymore. It's like taking a toll on our body. Like we're not really like achieving a lot. Like we're having a great time and we're making best friends. We're making memories. Like,
2018, dude. 2018 was just so like it's right. I go back on some of those photos, man. Like, I mean, I would say the timeline was, upset about the ex, trying to figure my shit out. Come back after like New Year's, right? 2018 hits. Coming back to the office, I'm starting to like the tires are trying to change a little bit, and I'm like, all right, maybe I can get this going. Like, honestly, working out helped a fuck ton, just mentally.
Right.
Like I said, trying new things. Boxing was awesome. And I would say, 8 straight weeks of all that, and then just kind of researching, reading on self-development. Shout out Corey Wayne, and then the rest just started falling into pieces. I mean, it's funny because that book, specifically that book, it's like it gives you a lot of tips, and nothing in there is like so mind blowing that you're like, this was it. This was the secret sauce. Like you always kind of knew it, It's just
Well,
all
a lot of hand to the face. A lot of
lot of
hand
hand in
to
the
the face.
face. You're just thinking like, oh my God. And even when you read it 2 or 3 times, it's like, or take notes or listen to it, then you like find yourself still. I mean, I still catch myself slipping, like making mistakes. You're just like, all right, maybe it's time to dive back in and just like refresh the brain, keep practicing because you always got to keep going. And yeah, bro. After that, I mean, the stories are endless. I mean, New York City, Jersey. I can. God.
Gosh damn, man. You're giving me nostalgia right now. Like, we're gonna have it again. I think we're just grinding right now, you know. Well, obviously it's quarantine.
Yeah, mid
But
quarantine
aside from that though, I think we'll get back to that. At least I hope. At least a couple trips here and there,
will be good,
you
bro.
know.
It'll be good.
I'm
Yeah, I'm
like
confident. I'm confident. We do need a good just homies trip though, for sure. Getting on the books. You know what I mean?
I agree, bro. But yeah, I did want to touch on what you were saying about like kind of how you can kind of like slip up a little bit. Like how like relationships dating like is not as risky because that's not your girl. You know, you can slip up and it's like, well, yeah, next one.
On
But
the next one.
like a relationship, like how you can like, even if you learn or you figure it out, like you do need like a refresher. Like it's funny. Like you can just slip up and get like a bad habit. Like I know you're telling me recently, like you're like I just need a refresher. Like
Yeah, yeah, dude. No,
anything
I'm reading it.
specifically with
Yeah, man,
dating?
I'm reading it now. Definitely think, especially just to this time, just being at home all the time, it's like easy to get into those bad habits of like fuck it, eat whatever. No one's seeing
Yeah,
me. No one. I'm a big like. It's not that you like care what people think because I feel like I'm always myself. Day to day, I'll be goofy as hell, just doing what I want. Kind of like I don't care. But then there's other things that's like you still have a brand, you still have an image to worry about, like that
right.
who you are. So if you don't want to be that, you know what I mean? Like be yourself, but like keep yourself to a high standard. Keep yourself to what you think is you. So I think what I'm trying to say is like over the last, I would say over the last few weeks, here in quarantine, it's like I'm awesome. I got my family here. My girl's like here with me, and my Sam's here with me, and my family. And just like I notice about myself, it's like like I don't skip a day. Like you don't need to work out or just fucking eat whatever. You're not
Right.
gonna see nobody. The hair's all like you just start going down and like I mean 5 minutes
That's
before this, I just did the
yeah.
beard, bro, because I'm like I want people to, you know what I mean. I got to take care of my shit. So it's like I don't know, dude. It's easy to get so caught up in those habits and if you're doing the major principles, you're doing the right thing, you'll be all right. But you want to feel good. You want to feel good about yourself, and that's what's going to draw that attraction with your woman. And so, yeah, man, I got to open up the book, read a few more chapters, and like, all right, maybe I should try that differently, or say this.
Yeah, a
All
lot of it's
plug and play, bro. Yeah.
like decision making too, like not getting lazy with that stuff. Like even what show we watching, like just like little things that like you just start to like kind of lose your like masculine like your ability to make decisions. Like when because traditionally when we're going out to the bars and like we're like you just feel confident like oh I want to go to that bar, like let's come with, let's do this. Like even at home, there's these little things like, but also too just staying with like your routine. It's like if your girl sees you slacking, like obviously that's not good.
No, 100%, bro. You're right. It's funny, dude. It's funny you say that. Like all of a sudden, I was never ever asked like, "Is this okay to watch?" or "What should we watch?" I mean, first of all, we running through all the Netflix shows, so like, I
Yeah.
kind of deserve that right? But I also am like finding myself like, "Yo, do you want to watch this? No, I don't care. You want to watch this? I don't care. How about this? I don't care." It's like I woke up after the third. I don't care. Like, man, she doesn't actually give a fuck. Just play something. Like, she just wants to spend time with you, bro. Chill out. And I'm like, all right, the little man inside me. I saw little Kevin like, hey, you don't give a fuck, man. I was like, damn, Kevin, you right. Like,
On your shoulder, like
just fucking play the shit, man.
turn it on. I'm waiting for you.
Yeah. You just want to chill, bro. Fuck the Netflix. Yeah,
It's
bro. That's
true.
little shit like that, man. It's like I forget it, and you just like I'm glad I had that experience with yourself because it just and learning and talking to you because like it's easier. I'm like, damn, like I think like, do I want to be doing this? Like with
Right.
my homie Kev, what would he say about this? Like I do think of that sometimes because I'm like, you're the only like other outside of work mentor that I have, and like it's been super super helpful to have that conscious of being like, yo, dude, like do the right thing here, or like you just question twice. you know.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And
Of course.
I'm obviously the dude that's been through it brutally. So
Yeah.
I learn the best when I just fall flat on my face. But yeah, I mean, you're right, man. Like when it comes to like little decisions like that and stuff, like it's important. Like, well, just like know what you want. You know what I mean? And don't lose that. Like
Right.
with anything, like know what you want to do and propose it. Like I want to watch the show, and if you're confident and you really want to watch it, like a lot of times, like Melody's cool with that. Like we just watch. Like that was even before. I mean, it took a while to get to that. You know, like. You know, maybe the first 6 months, it's like I don't want to do it, you know. But then eventually, like she likes to just like, yeah, just like it's more fun.
Right.
She's handing me the keys, you know, like slowly over time. Like, hey, you can steer this date. This first it's the date, then it's maybe it's a few dates, and then maybe she's giving me the keys to like make bigger decisions. You know, like you trust. You know, like as long as you're confident, and then you're not panicking, just like you would be at your job. Like you make decisions and you do things quickly, and like same with your personal life. You know, like
totally, bro. No,
don't worry about fucking up either.
Yeah.
Like if you fuck up, you don't ponder on it. You just move forward. Like, I mean, that's the worst when you know you fucked up, whether it's with your girl or your job, and then you like dig into, you're like, oh my God. Like, and then you don't move on.
It all starts crashing down. Fuck that.
Then they think you're insecure about it. And then it's less attractive. Like, oh, he's really like, that one really got him. Like, like your girl's like,
yeah,
she's like,
you're right.
She's like, I got you. Like, I didn't think I'd be able to get you with that. Like,
right. And then, they'll spin it off like it's not a big, 100%, bro.
Yeah,
it's so fucking funny. That's a big piece of advice, bro. That you another hit right there is like, if you're just confident in yourself, man, like don't question it twice. Just
even when you do something stupid,
she loves you, bro. Like you're in the game.
Yeah.
Just fucking be a man of your shit. You don't need to lie. You don't need to cheat. You could be brutally honest. Just don't get caught slipping. Don't be dumb. Just do the right thing. You know what I mean? Like I think is a balance, right? Don't get caught slipping doesn't mean go out and just go cheating. Go out and caught slipping is like go have fun, take care of your shit, be a man, right? Be the alpha there. But I think the other part is you get so caught up in your own head, bro. Like a lot of my homies now, like we know a few, they'll just hit us up and like you're like, man, come on, dog. Like, listen, like
what's going on over there?
Yeah, no.
And like I will say, like I've actually been learning a lot about this in the new book that I've been reading.
Okay.
David Data. I don't know if that's how you say his last name. The Way of the Superior Man, but he actually, instead of Corey Wayne, how Corey Wayne's, he's just kind of assuming you're reading his book because you're masculine and you want to be the dog. You want to be the alpha.
Yeah.
Like David Data is actually, he's like, hey, like if you want like to be a more feminine person, like if you're a man and you're like half and half, you're like half the time I'm like, I'm pretty masculine and half the time I'm feminine. Like so now he's teaching to that. He's saying like, you just have to understand, like if you're not the guy yet, at least, or you're working on it, that's like really good at the decision making, like little decision, the micro decisions and the macro, and like just being like confident, and that's
getting there. You're building the foundation. Yeah.
Maybe you're building, but he's saying like it's that's fine. You just understand that about yourself, because like you may really want to be that person. You're working towards it, but just understand like when you're seeing girls, like, because I never really looked at it like masculine and feminine energies. Because now, like when I look at like people in general, whether you're a dude or a girl, I can kind of be like, oh, that's a really like someone who's really in their masculine. Like you meet a lot of girls who are like really good business successful women who are like, they're dominant in their field, and then they like 25% of them comes home and they're like, they want to relax, they want to be a lady, they want to like, put their feet up and have a man.
Yeah. I mean,
so they're in their masculine for 75% of the day.
Right.
They're like working like an 8 to like 8 p.m. job, crushing deals. And now I think a lot of girls, I actually missed what you said, but I know it was wild.
What's up, little bitch?
I was like, whenever you laugh like that, I'm like, oh, he said something.
He's wilding.
Yeah, but you
Sorry,
know what
keep
I'm saying?
going.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like we know guys that they're not completely, and that's we're not preaching toxic masculinity at all. You know, it's just if you want to be in your masculine, which I think like all men have it. You know, like all men have the ability at least to lead and be strong and all this stuff, right? That's
It's
all we're
crazy to
saying. And
see, like, it's crazy, Kevin, that you say that, like, because there's a few people that are running through my head that I'm like, damn, they are definitely, they're men, they're very masculine, but they're also, like, 'cause there's a lot of feminine qualities about them. And then I think, like, they also do, like, they make their decisions in a manly way, or like things that they really care about is super, just confident.
yeah,
This is what is important. And then when it's like outside of that, maybe it's work, maybe it's yourself, maybe it's, the gym or what have you, about your image. And then the other
yeah,
things are like, I just want to relax, be just like a little romantic, a little emotional, a little, which is all you. But I think the big thing you hit there, and I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never heard about this. But like, I think the biggest thing is like noticing that, like you said, it's like just being aware.
understanding it.
Is I see where you're going there.
Yeah, I mean it's because I remember just dating like early 20s, like me and you, just wild, and I had like some older girls I was talking to who were like really good at their jobs, like they were
Yeah.
making way more money than me, and I just was like, for some reason, remember I kept saying like I'm just not super like into it. I don't know why. Like
Yeah.
I'm not. And we found out, or I find out now that like I'm obviously super into Melody because she's super feminine. She's just very relaxed and like she's not having to make these crazy business decisions all day, which can be
Right.
pretty like stressful and like make you pretty tense. And like obviously I just like a little more relaxed, even though like in this book you learn that like the really feminine girls are always like pretty wild. Like they're always pretty like eccentric. Like they say one thing and then they're like off doing something else, like, which is clearly what I've learned about myself. Like I really attracted to that. And I'm not so much like really interested in like a masculine girl who's like, but that's just me. And then
That's
I
you,
think
and there's
about,
a lot. You're right.
yeah,
There's a lot of dudes who need that
you want
masculine.
the masculine girl.
Right.
Yeah.
They want it. They just, for some it works, right?
Yeah.
Again, not for me, but for some that need to be, just have that grounded, like, tell me what to do. Like, not for me, but it's, you see how it works sometimes. And like, coming from the opposite end, where for me it's like helping me building that confidence and calling, making these decisions, macro and micro decisions. But then you see someone who's not doing that, and they're married or they're in a successful relationship, and you wonder, like, is that just not gonna last? Like, is that, but
Right.
like, dude, it's just fucking yin and yang. It's the balance. And if that's the way that they want that to balance and they can make it work, then that's not on me to judge, right? Or to think another way. But I know that, like you said, for my personal Artie's like attraction level, like,
Right.
I need is a feminine female.
I've
Definitely.
noticed that too. I think you're kind of the same way too. I've seen you date some girls that are a little bit more up, like they're doing some business. They're a little more like. I mean, obviously Sam's gonna be an awesome teacher, and she's no slouch. That's for sure. She's no
Oh no.
slouch. But I think she's in a career path though that's definitely a more like feminine. Like it allows you to be still a little bit more. I mean, obviously she's gonna be teaching. It's
Yeah.
at a high level though, but she's not. She
She's
hasn't started
a
yet.
beast.
But when
She's
does
a
she
beast.
start? Obviously.
So she's looking for jobs now. She just finished the teaching fellowship with Harvard, and now she just graduated from Tufts. So she'll be looking to either, I don't know about teaching right off the bat. I think she'll be working like in a lab, legit. As like I was like helping her look up jobs today, and it's legit like scientist. Oh, so what's the job role? Like, I know scientists. Like, you hear it, and you're like, okay, scientist.
Yeah.
She's like, no, literally, scientist 1 is what you're looking for.
Are you talking about Bill Nye?
I was like, so I'm really dead ass gonna just type in scientist on Google and jobs. She's
Oh
like,
my
I like it.
gosh, bro. That's your girl.
Yeah,
Your
cellular.
girl's gonna be a legit scientist.
Yeah, biology, cellular biology, or I don't know, something crazy, bro. It's
Shit.
all about that.
Well, you guys got some big things going on. You're looking for a place.
Crazy, bro. Today, you hit me up early. I didn't even call back, man. That's my apologies. I literally was on the phone with probably 10 different apartment complexes today.
You're
Uh,
looking so early, Artie.
so early. I know they were all just like August 1st. Like you got so much fucking time, and I was like, man, it's
Yeah,
cold.
what the hell you want,
I'm
bro?
bored as hell. No, reason I did it so early, Kevin, is because it's quarantine and people aren't making
Yeah.
fucking money and they're not getting paid rent. So for me, why not buy low and be like, you want to check? I'll literally pay the first 3 months right here, so you just have a little something in your bank to
Right.
give me a dope price.
That's
And
actually a really good idea. Yeah.
I'm just jumping in now because I don't want to pay, dude. To pay 20, dude, for one bedroom in Boston's like $2,400. 22 for like a nice place, and I'm just like, woo, like after this year, bro, like I got my goal setting down. I've been sticking to it throughout quarantine. Like I'll tell you right now, I will have a place next year. We'll have another call similar. It'll be about your first home purchase, and that's what we'll be talking.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, we'll be having
Okay.
that discussion in 2021 because I'm done giving these motherfuckers my money.
Yeah, dude.
$200, bro. Like what? When I can just use a house and do the same thing, get a mortgage, like. So it'll be nice to just get my feet. I mean, she doesn't have a job yet. You know, how long do we want to stay? There's a lot of questions on why we're not buying it now.
Right.
A lot with quarantine. I'm like, I feel like things are gonna. I don't know, the housing market might take a hit in a few months, right? So I'm
Right.
just like, let me just kind of sit and plot. I'll just do the year, pay for something nice, and then hopefully, yeah, like I said, next year we have another different conversation.
Yeah, man. That's exciting. I were you thinking like you just say you were thinking about maybe buying right now, like
Buying,
potentially?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Next year it'll be a home. It'll be a home purchase.
2021. But did you say 2020 you were thinking like maybe or no?
I'm sorry, 20. Well, I guess yeah, 2021 will be the time I have a
Okay.
home. I'll be
Right.
purchasing a home. I
I
think,
love it.
but I mean, if the housing market crashes in the fall, like I might hop in. You know what I mean? I might find a way to hop in and talk to. I've been saving up a lot since I've left Chicago, and
Talk to
we'll see.
Jay too.
Yeah, talk to
Honestly.
Jay. Just
Yeah.
dude, using your resources. That's got to be like the biggest. That's got to
I
be the
know.
biggest fucking piece of advice out of any. I mean, even outside of the content and like what you're learning, it's like use the tools, use the people around you, right? Like I personally did it with you, and just like self help, and then you have people like Jay, who is starting his own business, and you'll probably talk about. I'm not gonna expose his light. I'm sure he'll get into it, but you got people like Jay, right, who just straight up used Instagram and was just reaching out to these people that were self entrepreneurs. Like that's simple, just a DM.
Yeah.
How much you need? Perfect. I'll pay you. Let's make this legit. I'm hungry for it, and they'll teach you. And it's like
Yeah.
you can literally do whatever you want. All those like speeches, like go get what you want, do what you believe in. Like you're
He
just
lives it.
like at the concert, like yeah. Like man, fuck my job. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
put the middle finger up, fucking 9 to 5, and you're like, yeah, true. But like you actually do it, dude. You actually can just reach out to who you want and go get what you want.
It is
I don't know
fucking
if
true, man. It is crazy. Like once you figure it out, like Jay's on another level, which is he went to another gear, like he flipped the switch. Like when we were at Uber, like he was like he didn't always say it to our faces what was really going on, but
Yeah.
he was like, you could tell. He was like, I'm not fucking around. Like I'm getting into real estate, start my LLC. Now I got freight. Now I got 3 trucks. Like
The dog is eating, bro. And then you get the
he's
right
so
people in.
highly motivated. He's so highly motivated. Like I want to talk to him about that. You know what I mean? Like
You got to, dude. I'm that's a different wave. It's a new gear, but I've just looked back at some of the things, and it's like you're struggling with working out. Reach out to somebody who's working out, like that. Got a good
right.
routine. Reaching, boxing, the different things that get you motivated. If you're struggling with your girl, like read a book, hit up your friend that's got that book. If it's family shit, like I don't know, it's just dude, it's there's a lot of the answers are out there. It's just really, it's like unlocking that box, dude. Because when you have
It
your,
is
it's so hard.
working out's a funny one. Cause like I'm fortunate that like it was just so deeply involved in my life. And like my parents were literally my dad was literally a runner,
Right.
So like the epitome of like just fitness is running. So it's like it
Yeah.
just was there for me. But like yeah, I mean, like that's an interesting one. Like when you talk about like just getting into it, like making it a part of your life, and it's not gone, right?
Ups and downs, dude. Yeah, that's definitely an area of opportunity. It's like I'll go for 3-4 months, get the best looking I've looked in a year, and then just be like, all right, time to go out and drink, and then like just go fuck around, and you're a little hung on that next day, and you're like, hit the next day, and it's just so easy to get caught up in that. But finding that box, bro, that's I say you got to find that inner thing. It's hard to like motivate people to get that or find it, but if you can do it, you can literally do whatever you want. You know?
Yeah.
Like that's just fucking crazy. My
You
homies,
excited?
man, y'all gonna be successful. What was that?
No, you're right, man. Well, I actually liked where you're taking that. I'm excited to see where all of us, like our network of homies. One person I've been wanting to talk to for a while, I don't know how to get in touch with him, is David Goldstein. Like, what is that man doing? Like,
hit him on Instagram, bro.
You been talking to him?
I haven't been talking to him, but he told me to hit him up on WhatsApp. And I forgot to call him.
Yeah, I'm like,
hit him up, dude. Definitely get that going. Everybody brings something new to the table. Our whole friend group, that was the coolest thing, is that like our network in Chicago was very much like everyone was bringing something new to the table.
Uber, bro.
It was just we all were so much different. You look at Clark and you look at even Weber and some of those homies, what they were doing, like Wagner was so far, and everyone's bringing something new to the table, and it was always like it was real, recognized real. There's other people that you meet day to day, and you're just like, it's not like you can't come hang out with us. Like come fucking hang out. I want you to learn. Like I want to learn from you. Just come in. But the people who like stick around were the ones that were like real, recognized real. Like what are you doing? I want to learn about you. I want to hear about you. What do you bring to the table? Like
it's true, man.
That shit was super cool, bro. Damn.
I
gotta get back to Chicago, dude.
I hope you come back at some point, man. I know you're doing your thing. I mean, it's tough to just go back and forth and figure it out, but hopefully Melody and I got a place for y'all to come back.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm looking forward to that so much. Like we're gonna come to Boston too. We love Boston. We just didn't, obviously quarantine hit, and like I feel like with work, like my work situation, I was not really going I didn't go anywhere. I was like, we went to Miami, just me and her once, but I'm like, I think I want to go to Boston. Obviously,
yeah, bro. Please. I mean, I'm hoping flights are just mad cheap after this, so we can just go wherever, meet up wherever. It doesn't have to be Chicago or Boston. But yo, it is. You're right. This whole experience right now, this podcast, just brings back all those memories, man. There's a fuck ton more we got to make.
For real, man.
We got to make a lot more, man. But dude, yeah. But you're on the right track, Kev. The relationship. You know, how have you been doing consultations?
I got one in the book so far, so we'll see. You know, I mean, so much shit's going on right now that like I'm barely focusing on, which sounds ridiculous. I'm more so focused on just having fun with the content.
Sure.
I mean, obviously, I want to like the business side of things, like getting people in. Hopefully, this podcast does.
Yeah.
But I just think that right now, focusing on having fun with the content, putting out the advice, and like people will come, you know, like, as it grows, and if you build it.
Yeah, that got canceled, huh? Real quick this year.
Wait, oh shit! You were gonna go.
I wanted to go, yeah. Field of Dreams.
Dude, it got canceled for sure. Obviously.
I don't think it's official, but
was it June or July? Or
August.
August.
So maybe not, but probably.
Bro, oh shit! I wish I could get tickets and meet you guys out there if that still happens.
Yeah, I'm down, bro.
Those tickets gotta be pretty. Are they expensive?
There's like 2,000 people going. It's like 2,000 tickets, like mad.
So it's expensive.
So they're probably gonna be. I mean, my guess, supply and demand will tell you that shit's gonna be pricey.
Yeah,
but it's all right. We'll go hit the
outside right by there, bro.
Dubuque, Iowa. Maybe hit Des Moines. A little summertime Des Moines again.
Me, you, and your father. I'm scared, bro. I don't think that's a good idea to go to Dubuque, Iowa. I don't think. I honestly don't think that's a good idea.
Oh,
like the way the cops work out there, bro.
You got hella stories from Dubuque, man.
You walk outside after having a couple beers and they pull you over. They're like, you're not even in a car. You're just walking down the street. And they're like,
come here. No bueno. Yeah, dude. No, it'll be interesting the way the summer rolls out. This is definitely a weird time, but just keep doing
We're
this.
getting through it, man.
Yeah,
It's nice. You have so much family around right now. Like that's got to be nice. Like when I go home and I see my family, I'm like, especially like the way the times are, like it almost adds to like the bonding you have with your family. You're like, we're in some shit right now, and like I'm with my family, and like, it's just grateful. It's just grateful.
100%, man.
Yeah.
I needed to move out of Chicago because I was still at home after college, and I was ready to jump, dude. Like I couldn't take it anymore, and like
Yeah.
I just moved far, 1,000 miles away, started a new life. I was in Chicago for 3 years, and it was a blast. So coming back home with this new job that I'm currently leaving. Tomorrow's my last day at Toast, and I and
Where are you going? Tell them where you're going. Tell the people.
Boy,
Make the announcement. He takes off the jersey.
We're going to Amazon, man. We're gonna go to go to the Empire. It's I'm excited, man.
I mean, dude, I would be ecstatic. I've applied, but keep going.
You need a referral. That's what it's about. No, I got you, man. But for real, it's a new change for me. Point being is that being back home post Chicago was, I had my girl. I'm almost with Sam, and I've got this new role right outside of what I was doing at Uber. But I think some things at home just have been like holding me back a little bit. I'm not at my full potential.
No, I feel that, man. Yeah.
Not at my full potential, and I still kind of feel that way. So I'm excited to. You asked like why you job hunting or apartment hunting so early. It's like, dude, I'm eager to like get back out.
I bet it's addicting, bro.
When my back is against the wall, dude, and I'm just like, I've got to, get paid. I've got to pay my rent. I got all this shit to do. It's a little bit different when it feels like you're kind of got your training wheels on again when you're at home. And this is the mindset thing, right? But that kind of brings back to my point about getting into these bad habits. But anyways, moving forward, like just being here at home, it's like pre-quarantine, it was like, I gotta get out. Like I'm a grown-ass man. I gotta make my decisions. This is not, can't get in the way of what I'm doing. And then post-quarantine, like you said, dude, whole different ball game. I mean, I'm with them 24/7, so you'd think like you're getting fed up with it, but you appreciate it so much more.
Yeah.
Something to be said about 100,000 people, God bless, but like 100,000 people passing away, and you're just like, oh my God, this is happening to friends and family around you, and you feel the front line, like thank you to the front line, but like you just feel something different. And so it's been an interesting change. I'm sure like you've had a similar experience going back home. It's just you feel that much closer during this time.
Yeah, there's definitely something to that, and just being grateful, for family, for sure. And it's like, yeah, I wish it didn't take this to be grateful, like as grateful.
True. Well, hopefully, change your thinking in the future. You just think a little bit differently about all this.
I mean, dude, we don't even know what things are gonna look like. Like, you know what I mean? We don't even really know, what this is all going to look like, but we're not qualified to go down that road to talk about it. No, we're not medical experts, but
that me up like,
yeah, dude, you are the number one guy.
I'm fucked. I'm fucked.
The number one guy. Even when I'm feeling like sick, Artie's still like, man, my immune system's unlocked. Don't even worry. You hug everyone in the neighborhood, like, and you don't get sick.
I don't know. It's weird.
You got just a brick wall of an immune system, like.
You're like, man, Artie ate his third damn bagel this week, and I haven't had a carb in 4 weeks, and I'm still fucking sick. I got another fucking strep. Like, oh, dude, I felt so bad.
I think I'm hitting over the hill with that stuff, man.
You think so?
I mean, after the tonsillectomy, like, I think your boy has figured it out just with the immune system. But
Praying for you, man. That shit's tough, dude. Fucking life, right, Kev?
I mean, yeah, it's a trip, but
God damn. But yeah, man. To say the least. It's been a hell of a ride. I'm excited to go to Amazon. Excited to move into the city. Excited to live with Sam. That's gonna be different, man. That's gonna be.
it's exciting, right?
I'm talking really exciting, dude.
Me too.
Talking to my friends in Chicago, like, you guys getting 2 bedrooms? Is that enough space? Like, is that is that suffice amount of space? Like, you got to go 2 bedroom. You got to do this. But when you're in a city like New York or Boston or San Fran paying this rent, it's like you're just gonna figure it out in a 1 bedroom. Like,
Right.
you just got to get it done. But I am absolutely excited, dude. Sam is the shit. I've had so much fun with her. She's every day here with my family, helping Ariana with her schoolwork, cooking,
Oh, it's awesome, dude.
cleaning around the house. That was when my dad was like, all right.
Yeah.
But she's scrubbing the
All right, so she could be a wife, maybe.
yeah. My dad definitely took notice. But he but it is absolutely exciting, man. It's crazy. Can you believe it? Like, the conversations we would have literally like a year and a half ago to just now.
We can't even put those conversations out into the public.
Hell no. I'm watching. Yeah, so it's a hell of a ride, man. But excited to see what the new chapter brings, man. Like, I'm hoping we're continuing on with our pals, making a bunch of money, saving, hit the next chapter,
We're on
traveling.
a wave, bro.
That's
We're on
it.
a wave. You're 25, bro.
Turn 26 in
We
July.
young. We young, bro. We young. Damn, I turned 27 in July.
That's actually wild.
That's a little scary.
That's a different number. 27 will definitely hit different.
That's the number I think that it's like, all right, time to. I mean, I'm already turning up, but like, if 27, if I
was like,
right,
wake up. 26 was like, I'm serious. 27's like, gotta get the news.
I got 3 more years to make something happy before I'm 30.
Yeah, bro. You know what else is crazy? Speaking of it, is age is like actually just a number. Like,
It's stupid, man.
when I
So
talk to
many
people, how many people did we meet, bro, at Uber or just in general when we're at the bars? And you meet a 33-year-old dude, like, a little insecure, a little bit childish, doing stupid shit like us, like things like drinking and smoking, like, whatever. Do what you got to do.
Right.
Like, it always gonna be around. But like some of the shit you say, or just something like the antics, mannerisms, you're like, damn, this man really 35. Like, damn, that shit. Like, but I guess my point is like, it doesn't matter. Like, it just doesn't fucking. You be who you want. Like, the age thing is,
and I think some people think that. I mean, I don't think we surround ourselves with these people anymore. But I do remember like knowing people who are like, man, I'm gonna be 30. Like, oh, like I'm getting so. Or like I just turned 24. Like, 3 years from 21. It's like, dude, like, you realize you're gonna live to like you're fucking 100 as long as you don't do anything fucking stupid and you take care of yourself. Like, we're gonna live to be really old, like,
yeah,
and like healthy though, like we're
yeah,
we're
100%.
growing up in a time where like you can live healthy until, I mean, we don't really know because
Right.
like, Gary Vee always preaches this. He's like, you're a quarter of the way through your life. You know what I mean? Like a quarter. Like you just had the first year of college, like at 25. It's like, I mean,
So
it depends on what, like how late you're working, but
right. He always says that.
I mean,
yeah. If you're like
think
30,
about how many at bats you have. Like you could be like how much, as long as you take enough action, like you could be 35 and had done nothing. But if you just woke up the next day, like by 50, imagine what you can account, like 15 years of like, if you grind, if you made like every second count, like really put in the work,
wow, man.
make it happen.
Well, we got hella time, man. We still gotta just lock it down, dude. I appreciate everything you're doing, Kev. It's I think you could really like you helped a lot of the shit that I do today. Like I said, I literally told you today. Netflix, like, yo, Kev. Like little shit like that. I think what you're doing, man, is really special. So for any listeners out there, take advantage. Hit up my man. He's always on lock, always cool with you. Keep it 100. And yeah, dude, that's my biggest message, man.
I appreciate it, brother.
So keep it up, dude, because
I appreciate it, brother. And
sick.
we'll have to do this more. You'll probably be a frequent guest on the we'll
Ah,
come up with the name. I'll have to get the name down, but head
yeah,
coach
yeah,
experience, whatever it is. But I appreciate you coming on, man. It's good to talk to you. It's a
absolutely.
cool way to talk to each other, man. I'm excited to do it more. And
You're changing the game, man. You're changing the game. This is the future. That's like one thing I've realized is like Zoom and these video conferences, like for you to like, you know, these businessmen, international businessmen flying out 14-hour flights or even just across the country for a meeting that takes 5 minutes. Like that shit's gonna start cutting out, in my opinion.
oh
I don't know.
yeah,
But that after this experience, I just don't see companies being like, why would we pay like why are we
right,
gonna pay for all that? Just do
right.
this, you know? I think that's something that's just gonna change. So this is fun, dude. It's I guarantee you this shit's gonna start popping off, man.
I appreciate it, man. I hope so. I got fun dudes like you on the podcast. It's easy, so
Hey,
I'll keep it going, and we'll see how many I spit out. But I'll let you go, man. I know you got the family upstairs, and I gotta piss. So I
cool,
appreciate you
bro.
coming on, man. I love you. Take it easy. Take care of the
Love it.
fam. Yeah, man.
Awesome.
We'll talk soon, and I'll post this up. You'll see the shenanigans up soon.
Hell yeah, baby. All right. Well, we'll chop it up soon, man. Thank you, bud. What's
Later,
up?
brother.
Peace.